Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This battle started rather suddenly. We almost didn't get a countdown. This is a Charioteer, the FB4's 101. It's a Tier 8 British tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka and it's under the command of Fluffylilkitten. Now, he's actually armed with a 105mm gun, but the actual Charioteers were actually armed with a 20-pounder gun, and the 20-pounder counts as a, if I remember correctly, 83.4mm caliber gun. So it's actually a very good conversion of the Cromwell, because although it's got a much bigger turret to take account of the fact that it's got a bigger gun, that made it easier to spot. But the fact is that the Cromwell really couldn't cope with modern tanks. In fact, certainly couldn't cope with a Tiger, but the Cromwell can, the Charioteer can rather, and you can see just put a round straight through the IS-3A. 509. He's still there, and he took that round as well. Now he's firing the Hesh rounds at the moment. 480 Alpha, penetrating 210mm of armour. Oh, the IS-3 knows he's here. Unfortunately, that shot didn't do as much damage as he would have liked, but you can see the hole in the front of the armour, and he's pulled back now. Okay, let's see who else he can shoot. There's a T-54 first prototype popped up. He gets one into the roof. 423 pulls back into safety. Lets his teammates go up and they can take the flak if any shots come back. There's no Arty in this game, so we're not likely to receive an Arty strike. And oh, he's thinking about going back up and getting some more damage on them. We're looking towards the IS-3 again. No, they're pulling back. They can't take the pressure. If they pop up there to that position, they're only going to get holes. They really do need to find a different place to play, because they're not going to work it there. There is another spot, and in fact actually it's not too far away from them, that they could use, because it's a much better hold down position, but apparently they don't seem to know about it. Well, Fluffy was thinking about moving forward at that moment. The IS-3 popped up, and he can shoot through the railway tracks. He's got a pixel shot there. He might as well go for it. He's got the Hesh rounds, so it's a high explosive squash head. The shell hits the target, forms a kind of cowpat on the outside of the enemy tank, and then it detonates and sends lots of slivers of metal around the inside of the vehicle, because it forms a shockwave which makes the metal on the inside of the tank shatter, and that kills the crew. He's decided he's going to go up to the front and help the Carnarvon. It's a very aggressive move. Now, can he get shots through the grass? Yes, he can. Nice! 489. The TL1 is now one shot, but the T-54 is still around, and he's still got that 100mm gun, which makes him deadly. The T-54 is not in a very good position at the moment, because he's alongside the TL, and I think they're looking towards the centre line. So Fluffy can move up and probably get a shot into him. There you go. And he does, but he takes rounds from the back. There's a T-54, oh, a Progetto off in the distance, and he fired 2 rounds in. Our Progetto's gone in hard as well. There's the enemy Progetto, and he's now backing away. Fluffy's tried to reposition. Oh, the Udas wants that spot as well. So Fluffy's decided to go all in. You might as well go balls deep. Yeah, our enemy Progetto's going to meet their Progetto very shortly. I think it's the first case. Somebody shouted, last one there buys the beer. And that Progetto's getting a hammering. Fluffy wants the last shot. He doesn't get the last shot, but the projectile dies. Not before putting a round into him though, and he's down to 31 hit points now. That means he's got to be careful when he crests this ridgeline now, because there are enemy tanks over on the other side and they will be aimed in this direction. Yeah, he's taking a bit of a risk if he goes over that ridgeline there. Let the Carnarvon do it. He's got hit points. If he finds the enemy, you have been spotted. Use that burning wagon as a shield. The Carnarvon's taking damage, so obviously it was the smart move to stay where you were. Okay, go over on this ridgeline here. There goes the 703. So it's only the enemy over the far side. Now get down low. Oh, don't expose yourself. You're going to take fire. Move. He gets a nice shot into the Emil, but the thing is that he was exposed for a long time. There's only 4 enemy left, but he's sitting up here on the railway line, which is basically making himself a huge target for the enemy. Look at me, shoot at me. And if someone sees him, he's going to get... Oh, well, there goes the back chat. If his sixth sense goes off, he needs to move quick. There's the Scorpion. He was lucky the Scorpion didn't kill him. I think the Scorpion must have been busy elsewhere. Either that or he's just not very good as a player. Fluffy's trying to get a shot on the Scorpion, but he went behind the ridgeline and he's now trying to escape to the south. He's in the open still. Fluffy, you're still in the open. You've got one big hole in your front and you're sitting in the open. Well, there's the Scorpion. And there goes. So it's just the Udis now. Fluffy does need to move from this position. The M46 has been spotted by the Udis, so he is nearby. I think Fluffy's just reluctant to go through the cap. I won't worry about the cap at all. I worry about sitting out in the open. M46 is taking damage, so he's very close now. He's pulled out actually because he's taking too much damage. Borsig. Yeah, it's certain he's going to get killed now because they will kill him just to get the reset. There goes the M46. I predict in a few seconds time Fluffy's going to find out very painfully that sitting in the cap like this actually just provokes them to shoot him. There's the Udis. Oh, he gets a critical shot right into the side, and he actually did kill the Udis. But he pulls out the cap, so he's effectively reset it for them, and it's now just the Borsig. So he's going around the outside, but he has been spotted by the Borsig, so he knows he's here, and there he is. Borsig's got no shot because the buildings are in the way, and Fluffy wants the kill. And he's driving. Oh, denied. Unfortunately, Super Pershing got there before you, Fluffy. I was wrong about you getting killed straight away. You sat in the cap circle, but I thought that these guys would actually want a quick reset. And the moment they saw that there was a tank with virtually no health in there, they'd go for you. Second class tanker for Fluffylilkitten in the Charioteer. He managed to get a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly. Was he? Yes, he did get 5 exactly. And he got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Win 8 from that one was 3,216. Let's have a look at the team score. Didn't get the highest damage. That went to the Udas, who got 3,544 hit points of damage. Then we've got the Borsig on the enemy team with 3,290. And after that, it's the Udas on their team with 2,868. Fluffy managed to get 2,854. Not far behind when it came to damage. But it's when it came to kills it's interesting, because the Borsig got 5 kills in that game. 2 kills went to the Progetto, the Udas, the M46 Ripper pattern, and the Super Pershing. And 2 kills went to the Udas and the Scorpion G on the enemy team. So he wasn't that inexperienced. And only 1 kill went to Fluffy, I'm afraid. But when it came to base XP, it was the Progetto who did the best with 977, 877 to the Carnarvon Action 10, and then 843 to Fluffy. He fired 11 shots, got 9 direct hits, 5 penetrations, 5 splash. Damage of 2,854 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters? No, it's not. 1,687 were at more than 300 meters. Those are the long range shots he was taking. And 4 hits received from the enemy, 4 penetrations. Yes, I'm afraid the Charioteer doesn't have much in the way of armor. It's basically a Cromwell with a very, very light turret on it. So any shot that hits it's going to do damage. The problem is that it's quite nippy because it's based on the Cromwell. Because it's nippy, it can get in and out quickly without the enemy actually being able to lay their gun on it quick enough to actually get a shot into it. But he did take 4 shells in that game. I think a lot more than 4 was fired at him though. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and 259 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium account, he earned 38,411 credits, but, and this is the kicker, he used Hesh rounds, and they are very expensive. And as a consequence, he actually ended up with a loss for the game of 32,636 credits. He received 1 bond for the Confederate and 1,264 XP, 5,060 for completing the mission events, total 6,324 experience points altogether. So, not bad in the Charioteer, but I think it was a bit risky towards the end that you were doing what you were doing. I think really if you've been a bit more careful, I think what you could have done is you could have driven in and got closer to the enemy underneath the ridgeline so they couldn't shoot at you. And then the moment the Udas was spotted, you could have popped up over the ridgeline to put the rounds into him to finish him off. But you did get a nice shot at long range on him. It's just a bit dangerous just sitting there outside the cap in plain sight and then provoking them to shoot you by actually sitting in the cap with low hit points on your vehicle. Well, they must have been absolutely nuts not to pass up the opportunity, or to pass up the opportunity of shooting you and taking you out of the game. So I'm a bit surprised that they didn't shoot you, but there you go. You're lucky on that occasion. Buy a lottery ticket. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.